Hey, my friend, let's talk about something real for a minute. Picture this, your buddy, maybe even you, going through a breakup that hits like a freight train. The kind where you can't eat, can't sleep, and every damn song on the radio feels like it's mocking you. You're devastated, right? I've seen it, hell, I felt it. That ache in your chest when she walks away, and suddenly your whole world feels like it's crumbling. But here's the thing, dear viewer. The Stoic philosophers tell us something radical, something that can pull you out of that pit. They say you have power over your mind, not outside events. Chew on that for a second. It's not just some dusty old quote. It's a lifeline. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easy for you to say, man. She was everything to me. And yeah, it feels that way, doesn't it? Like she was the sun, and now you're stuck in perpetual darkness. But let's get real. Stoic wisdom cuts through that fog like a blade. Marcus Aurelius, that tough old Roman emperor, scribbled in his journal something like this: "You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond." Think about it. She's gone. That's done. The breakup? It's an event like a storm rolling through. You don't get to stop the rain, but you sure as hell can decide whether you're going to stand there getting soaked or build yourself a shelter. That's where your power lies, my friend. In your head, not in her hands. So, let's break this down. You're sitting there, replaying every fight, every text, wondering where it all went wrong. Maybe you're pissed. At her, at yourself, at the universe. Maybe you're crushed, feeling like you're not enough. That's normal, man. It's human. But the Stoics? They tell you to stop right there. Why? Because all that chaos swirling around in your skull, it's yours to tame. Not her, not the breakup, not what your boys think about it. You. According to Stoic wisdom, the moment you realize you've got the reins on your own mind, strength starts creeping back in. It's not instant, sure. It's not like flipping a switch and bam, you're a badass again. But it's a start, a damn good one. Here's a scene for you. Imagine you're at the bar with your crew, a couple weeks after she dumped you. They're laughing, tossing back beers, but you're just staring at your glass, picturing her with some other guy. Your gut's twisting, your mind's racing. Asterisk, why wasn't I enough? What did I miss? Asterisk sound familiar. Now, picture this instead. You take a deep breath, lean back in your chair, and tell yourself, she's gone. That's her path, not mine. I'm still here, still me. That's not weakness, my friend. That's Stoic grit kicking in. You're not pretending it doesn't hurt. You're just refusing to let it own you. The breakup happened. Fine. But your mind? That's your turf, and you don't have to let it turn into a war zone. Let's talk about that devastation for a sec, though. When it first hits, it's brutal, like someone ripped the floor out from under you. I had a buddy once, good guy, strong as hell, but when his girl left, he was a wreck. Couldn't get out of bed, kept texting her even after she blocked him. He'd say, "I don't know who I am without her." Sound like you? Maybe a little? Here's where Stoicism gets practical, not just philosophical. Those old school thinkers would grab you by the shoulders and say, "Look, man, you're giving her way too much power. Stop making her the reason for your existence." Yeah, I said it. Stop it. She's not your oxygen. She's not your soul. She's just a person who was part of your story for a while. The Stoics would remind you, your worth, your strength, your purpose, that's all inside you, not tied to her. So how do you do this? How do you claw your way back from that mess? Start small, my friend. Next time you catch yourself spiraling, maybe you see her post on Instagram looking happy as hell, and it stabs you right in the chest. Pause. Don't react. Don't text her. Don't doom scroll her profile. Just sit with it. Ask yourself, what's in my control here? Spoiler. Not her happiness, not her choices, but your thoughts, your next move, that's all you. The Stoics call this the discipline of assent, deciding what you let into your head and what you kick out. It's like being the bouncer at your own mental club. That thought about how you're nothing without her? Denied entry. That urge to beg her back? Nope, not tonight. And yeah, it's hard. Damn hard. You're not gonna master this overnight. Marcus Aurelius didn't, Seneca didn't, none of them did. But every time you pull your focus back to what you can control, you're building something. Call it resilience, call it self-respect, call it whatever you want. It's yours and she can't touch it. The Stoic philosophers tell us that real freedom isn't about changing the world. It's about ruling yourself. So when that wave of devastation crashes in, don't drown. Stand up, shake it off, and remind yourself, I've got power over my mind, not this breakup. Now here's the kicker, dear viewer. You might be thinking, okay, fine, but why does this even matter? She's still gone. Exactly. She's gone. And that's why it matters more than ever. If you keep letting her be the center of your universe, you're screwed, pardon my French. You're handing over your dignity, your peace, on a silver platter. The Stoics would say that's not just dumb, it's against nature. You're a rational being, man. You've got a mind built to think, to decide, to stand tall. So use it. Stop making her the reason you get up or don't get up in the morning. She's not your compass anymore. You are. Look, I'm not saying you won't feel the sting. You will. Breakups suck, there's no sugarcoating it. But Stoicism isn't about pretending you're invincible. It's about knowing where your real strength lies. It's in that quiet moment when you choose not to let her define you. It's when you catch yourself smiling at something stupid, like a dog chasing its tail in the park, and realize you're still here, still kicking. That's the power over your mind kicking in, my friend. And once you grab hold of that, the rest? Well, it starts falling into place. All right, my friend, let's dive into the thick of it. You've been there, haven't you? That moment after the breakup when the silence sets in. Her phone goes dark. No more texts. No more calls. And you're left staring at your screen like it's a lifeline that just got cut. Maybe you're tempted to fire off one more message, something clever or desperate, anything to get her to respond. But hold up, let's talk about what the Stoics would say to you right now, dear viewer. They tell you this. No more texts, no more chasing. He went completely silent isn't just some breakup tactic. It's a forge, a brutal, fiery test where you hammer out your own strength. And yeah, it's gonna feel like you're looking completely broken for a while. That's the point. Picture this. It's been a week since she stopped replying. You're pacing your apartment, thumb hovering over her name in your contacts. Every fiber in you screams to reach out. Asterisk. Just one more text. Man, what's the harm? Asterisk. Most guys misunderstand this no contact thing. They think it's a game, a trick to win her back or punish her with silence. But that's not it, not even close. The Stoic philosophers tell us something deeper. Realize this and you will find strength. This isn't about her. It's about you. It's about facing that gnawing emptiness head-on and deciding you're not going to let it run the show. Chasing her? That's handing your power right back to her. Going silent? That's you taking it back piece by jagged piece. Now, let's be real for a sec. When you first stop texting, stop chasing, it doesn't feel heroic. It feels like crap. You're sitting there, alone with your thoughts, and they're loud. Louder than you'd like. Asterisk. She's probably out with someone else. She doesn't even care. I'm nothing now. Asterisk. That's the looking completely broken part kicking in, my friend. Your chest tightens, your pride's in the gutter, and you wonder if you'll ever climb out of this hole. I've seen guys, good guys, crumble here. One buddy of mine kept refreshing her socials, torturing himself with every new post. He'd say, I just need to know she's hurting too. But here's the Stoic twist. Why does that matter? Her life, her choices, they're outside your grasp. According to Stoic wisdom, obsessing over what you can't control is a one-way ticket to misery. Your job? Master what you can control, your actions, your mind, your damn phone. So how do you do it? How do you stick to no more texts, no more chasing when every instinct's screaming otherwise? Start with this, dear viewer. Accept the silence. Not as a punishment, not as a ploy, but as a fact. She's gone quiet? Fine. That's her move. The Stoics would say it's like a storm. You don't argue with the wind. You brace yourself and keep walking. Practically, that means putting the phone down. Delete the draft. Block her if you have to, not out of spite, but to protect your own headspace. One guy I know tossed his phone in a drawer for 3 days straight after his ex ghosted him. Said it was hell at first, but then I started hearing myself think again. That's the discipline of action, straight out of the Stoic playbook. Choosing what you do, not just what you feel. And yeah, those feelings, they hit hard. You're not a robot. You're a man. That brokenness? It's real. Maybe you're at the gym, pushing weights to drown it out, but mid-set you remember her laugh and nearly drop the bar. Or you're grabbing coffee, and some random chick's perfume smells like hers, and boom, your day's derailed. The Stoics don't tell you to ignore that sting. They'd say feel it, but don't feed it. Seneca, that old Roman hardass, wrote about how we amplify our own suffering by chasing what's lost. You're not broken because she left, he'd argue. Asterisk, you're broken because you keep running after her shadow. Asterisk, so stop. Go silent. Let the wound breathe. It's not weakness. It's the first step to stitching yourself back together. Here's where it gets gritty, my friend. Most men trip over this because they tie their worth to her response. No text back? Asterisk, I'm a loser. Asterisk, she's dating again? I'm trash. Asterisk, that's the trap. But Stoicism flips the script. Your value isn't in her hands. It's in yours. Realize this and you will find strength isn't just a feel-good line. It's a call to arms. Imagine you're that guy who's been texting her novels, begging for closure, and getting nothing but crickets. Now imagine you stop. Cold turkey. You go silent, not to manipulate her, but to reclaim you. Day 1, you're a mess. Pacing, doubting, aching. Day 3, you're still raw, but you notice the sun's out and you don't hate it. Day 10, you're laughing at some dumb meme your buddy sent, and it hits you, you're still here. That's not a trick, that's power. Let's talk about what looking completely broken really means, though. It's not the end, it's the middle. It's that messy spot where you're not chasing her anymore, but you haven't fully found your footing either. And that's okay. The Stoics would nod at that. They'd say it's natural to stagger when fate lands a punch. Marcus Aurelius scribbled something about how a rock doesn't crack in one blow. It takes 1,000 hits, but it also takes 1,000 stands to become unbreakable. You're in the thick of those hits right now, dear viewer. Every time you don't text her, every time you don't chase, you're standing back up. It doesn't look pretty. Hell, it might look like you're falling apart. But it's progress. Raw, ugly, real progress. So, next time that urge hits, asterisk, just one more message. Maybe she'll bite asterisk. Pause. Ask yourself, asterisk, what's this gonna do for me? Asterisk, spoiler, nothing good. The Stoic philosophers tell us that chasing what's gone is like trying to grab smoke. It slips through your fingers and leaves you coughing. Instead, lean into the silence. Let it settle. Yeah, you'll feel broken, shattered even, but that's where the strength starts seeping in. One day you're brushing your teeth, and you catch your own eye in the mirror, and you think, asterisk, huh, I'm still me. Asterisk, that's not a win in her game, that's a win in yours. Look, my friend, this no more texts, no more chasing thing, it's not about playing cool or punishing her. It's about getting yourself back. Most guys miss that. They turn it into a chess move, not a lifeline. But you're smarter than that. You're tougher. The Stoics would salute you for it. Standing there, bruised but unbowed, letting the silence do its work. It's not easy. It's not quick. But it's real. And that brokenness you're feeling? It's just the old you cracking open to let the stronger you out. All right, my friend, let's get into the meat of this. You know that moment, the one where you realize you've made her the center of your world? It sneaks up on you. One day you're just a guy living his life, and the next, every decision, every thought, every damn breath revolves around her. What she thinks, what she wants, whether she's happy with you. And the second that happens, dear viewer, you've lost something big, your own value. The Stoic philosophers would look at you square in the eye and say, the moment he made her the center of his world, he lost his own value. Harsh? Maybe. True? Hell yes. But don't worry, this isn't the end of the story. This is where mastering yourself comes in, and that's what we're digging into today. Let's paint a picture. It's a Saturday morning. You wake up, and your first thought isn't coffee or the gym. It's her. Did she text back yet? Is she mad about that thing you said last night? You're halfway through brushing your teeth, and you're already checking your phone, heart pounding like some teenager waiting for a prom date to say yes. Maybe you cancel plans with your boys because she might want to hang out later. Sound familiar? That's the trap, my friend. You've handed her the reins to your life, and now you're just along for the ride. The Stoics would tell us that's not just a mistake. It's a betrayal of your own nature. You're built for reason, for self-control, not for orbiting someone else like a lost satellite. Here's the kicker. The more you chase, the more she pulls away. Ever notice that? You're pouring your soul into texts, paragraphs, novels, and her replies get shorter. Yeah, cool, or worse, nothing at all. You double down, thinking, asterisk, if I just try harder, she'll see how much I care. Asterisk, but it doesn't work that way. The Stoic wisdom here is brutal but clear. The more he chased, the more repelled she became. It's not her fault, not really. It's physics, push too hard and things push back. You've made her your purpose, your everything, and in doing that, you've shrunk yourself down to nothing. She doesn't need a shadow. She needs a man who stands on his own. So how do you break this cycle? How do you claw your way back to mastering yourself? The Stoic philosophers tell us it starts with one thing. True power comes from mastering yourself. Not her, not the relationship, not what she thinks of you. Let's get practical for a sec, dear viewer. Think about that Saturday morning again. Instead of reaching for your phone to check on her, you put it down. You brew that coffee. You lace up your sneakers and hit the pavement. You're not doing it to impress her or spite her. You're doing it because it's your day, your life. That's the first crack in the wall. It's small? Sure, but it's yours. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this ain't easy. You've spent months, maybe years, wiring your brain to put her first. Undoing that feels like trying to unlearn how to breathe. You'll catch yourself slipping. Maybe you're at work, supposed to be crushing it, but instead you're daydreaming about what she's doing, who she's with. Your gut twists, your focus is shot. That's when the Stoics would grab you by the collar and say, snap out of it, man. What's in your control here? Her day? Nope. Her thoughts? Not a chance. Your headspace? Every damn inch of it. So you take a breath, shake it off, and get back to the task at hand. That's not weakness, that's virtue kicking in. Let's talk about a guy I know. Call him Mike. Solid dude, worked hard, had his shit together. Then he met her, and boom, Mike was gone. He'd skip the gym to drive her to work. He'd ditch poker night if she wanted to Netflix and chill. First, she loved it, who wouldn't? But then she started pulling back. He'd call, she'd be busy. He'd plan these big dates, she'd flake. The more he chased, the colder she got. One night, he's sitting there, staring at his phone, waiting for a reply that never came, and it hit him, asterisk. I don't even recognize myself anymore. Asterisk, that's the moment, my friend. The one where you see how far you've fallen. Mike could have kept chasing, but he didn't. He went quiet. No texts, no calls, just him and his thoughts. And you know what? He started finding himself again. That's the Stoic move right there. No contact is not about her. It's about you. Most guys get this wrong. They think cutting her off is a power play, a way to make her miss them. Nah, it's not about her at all. It's about taking back your time, your energy, your focus. Imagine you're that guy, sitting there, itching to text her some sappy apology for something you didn't even do wrong. Instead, you put the phone face down and pick up a book. Or you hit the weights. Or you just sit there and let the silence wash over you. It's uncomfortable as hell at first. Your mind's screaming, your heart's racing, but then something shifts. You feel a flicker of calm. That's you mastering yourself one shaky step at a time. And here's where the beauty of Stoicism really shines, dear viewer. It's not about pretending you don't care. You do, probably more than you'd admit. It's about deciding that your care doesn't get to run you. Seneca would say something like, asterisk, you're not suffering because she's gone. You're suffering because you've made her your god. Asterisk, ouch, right? But he's not wrong. When you make her the center, you're worshipping at an altar that's already crumbled. Mastering yourself means tearing that altar down and building something new, something that doesn't need her to stand. So, next time you feel that pull, asterisk, I'll just check her story, see how she's doing, asterisk. Stop. Ask yourself, asterisk, what's this doing for me? Asterisk, 9 times out of 10, it's just pouring salt in the wound. The Stoics call this the discipline of desire, figuring out what's worth wanting and what's just dragging you down. Her approval? Out of your hands. Your own respect? Right there for the taking. Maybe you're walking past that coffee shop you used to hit up together, and the memories flood in. Don't fight them, let them come, let them go. Then keep walking. That's not avoidance, that's strength. Look, my friend, this mastering yourself thing, it's messy. You're not going to wake up tomorrow a Stoic sage, all calm and collected. You might still flinch when your phone buzzes, hoping it's her. You might still catch yourself wondering if she's thinking about you. That's fine, nobody said this was a straight line. Marcus Aurelius, the guy who ran an empire while scribbling philosophy in his tent, admitted he struggled with this stuff too. He'd write, asterisk, don't let your mind be a slave to anyone. Asterisk, even he had to remind himself. So cut yourself some slack, but don't stop pushing. Here's the payoff, though. One day you're out with your crew, grabbing a beer, and someone cracks a joke. You laugh, really laugh. Not that fake crap you've been faking for weeks. And it hits you, you're not thinking about her. Not right then. You're just you. That's the Stoic gold, man. Asterisk, true power comes from mastering yourself, star. Not because she came back, not because the world applauded, but because you stopped letting her be your center. You found your own. And that, dear viewer, is worth every damn second of the fight. All right, my friend, we've reached the final stretch, the Stoic endgame. You've been through the ringer, haven't you? The breakups left its mark. Those sleepless nights, the gut punches every time her name pops into your head. Maybe you're still carrying that weight, that nagging feeling she was your everything. But here's where the Stoic philosophers drop their ultimate wisdom on us. Dear viewer, stop making her the reason for your existence. Yeah, I know it hits hard. It's supposed to. Because if you keep letting her be your North Star, you're never going to find your way back to yourself. And the secret to pulling this off, realizing you have power over your mind, not outside events. That's your ticket to peace, man, real unshakable peace. Let's set the scene. It's a random Tuesday night. You're alone in your place, the TV's humming in the background, but you're not watching it. You're stuck in your head again, replaying the breakup like it's some movie you can't pause. Asterisk, if I'd said this, if I'd done that, maybe she'd still be here. Asterisk, your coffee's gone cold. Your phone's right there, and you're fighting the urge to check if she's posted anything new. Sound familiar? That's the moment, my friend. The one where she's still the axis your world spins on. But the Stoics? They tell you to snap out of it. Not because she doesn't matter, she might still. But because making her your reason for being is handing over your soul to something you can't control. And that's a losing game. Here's the deal. The Stoic philosophers tell us that your purpose, your worth, your peace, it's all inside you, not tethered to her. Marcus Aurelius would sit you down and say, asterisk, you're disturbed not by things, but by the views you take of them. Asterisk, chew on that. She's gone. That's a fact. She's not coming back. Maybe another fact. But the story you're telling yourself, asterisk, I'm nothing without her. I'll never be happy again, asterisk. That's not a fact. That's a choice. And the second you see it for what it is, you've got a shot at taking back control. Not of her, not of the breakup, but of you, your emotions, your thoughts, your damn life. So how do you do it? How do you stop making her the reason you get up or don't? Starts with a gut check, dear viewer. Picture this. You're out walking, the air's crisp, and for once you're not thinking about her. Maybe a car horn blares, or a kid zooms by on a skateboard, and you're just there, present. Then, bam, her face flashes in your mind, and your chest tightens. Most guys would spiral right there, let it ruin the day. But you've got Stoic wisdom in your corner now. You pause, you breathe, you tell yourself asterisk, that's a memory. It's not my reality. Asterisk, that's you realizing you've got power over your mind, not the random crap life throws at you. It's not magic, it's muscle. And you build it one rep at a time. Let's get real for a sec. This isn't about pretending she never existed. You're not erasing her from your story. She was part of it, and that's fine. The Stoics aren't about denial. They're about acceptance. Seneca would argue, asterisk, what need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Asterisk, he's not wrong, life's messy, breakups included. But the trick is not letting that mess define you. Maybe you're at the grocery store, picking up some beers, and you spot her favorite snack on the shelf. Your heart skips, right? Old, you might have bought it like some sad little tribute. New you? You smirk, shake your head, and keep walking. That's control, not over the snack, not over her, but over what you let that moment mean. Now, here's where it gets practical, my friend. Taking back control over your emotions isn't some fluffy self-help tagline. It's a fight. Say you're scrolling X, and some dude's posting about his perfect relationship. Your brain goes straight to her. Asterisk. She's probably with someone like that now. Asterisk, your stomach knots up, your mood tanks. That's the old pattern kicking in. But the Stoics would say, stop. Feel the sting, don't dodge it, but don't feed it either. Ask yourself, asterisk, what's in my hands here? Asterisk, her life? Nope. That guy's post? Not a chance. Your next move? All yours. So you close the app, grab a glass of water, and crank some music instead. The small, sure, but it's you steering the ship again. And yeah, it's gonna wobble. Some days you'll nail it, calm as hell, like a stoic monk. Others, you'll catch yourself staring at old photos, wondering what went wrong. That's okay, nobody said this was a clean break. I knew a guy once. Tough dude, ran his own business, who fell apart after his girl bailed. He'd sit in his truck after work, just staring at the dashboard. Lost. One day, he told me, asterisk, I realized I was waiting for her to tell me I was enough. Asterisk, that's when it clicked for him. She wasn't the judge of that. He was. So he started small. ditched the pity party, hit the gym, rebuilt his routine. Wasn't pretty, wasn't fast, but he stopped making her his reason. And peace crept in, slow but steady. That's the Stoic endgame, dear viewer, inner peace. Not the cheesy kind with candles and yoga, but the kind that holds up when life's throwing punches. The Stoic philosophers tell us it comes from this: you have power over your mind, not outside events. She's dating again? Out of your control. Your boys are sick of hearing about her? Can't force them to listen. But how you carry yourself through it, that's yours to shape. Imagine you're at a bar months down the line. Some chick's flirting with you, and you're not even sweating it because you're not measuring yourself against her anymore. You're just you, solid as a rock. That's not just recovery, that's victory. So, next time that wave hits, maybe you hear her name or a song you used to blast together comes on, don't run from it. Stand there. Let it crash. Then let it pass. Tell yourself, asterisk, I'm not here to chase her ghost. I'm here to live. Asterisk, that's you taking back control over your thoughts, your actions, your whole damn vibe. The Stoics call it the art of living, and it's not about her, my friend. It's about you. Stop making her the reason for your existence, and you'll find something better. Yourself. That's the peace worth fighting for. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true contentment in relationships, whether enduring or lost, stems not from the presence of another, but from the mastery of our own rational faculties. By embracing self-control and inner peace, we learn to value ourselves not through the mirror of someone else's gaze, but through the steady lens of virtue and courage. Next time the pang of longing strikes, pause and reflect. Redirect your focus to a single, deliberate breath, grounding yourself in what you can command, your own mind. This wisdom, cherished by Stoic masters across centuries, reminds us that while partners may come and go, the strength to navigate love's tempests lies eternally within, a rational beacon as enduring as philosophy itself.